everyone, this side Amrita, your IB Maths educator. Welcome to my YouTube channel. This is my class 4 where I'm going to discuss the PYQ of probability and statistics from 2023 to 2025, where I'm going to cover the questions from the paper 1 zone 2. So this is question number 1 which I have taken from 2025 SL section A. So in this question in part A, we need to show that k equal to 1 by 3 and this probability distribution table is given to us. So whenever this kind of table is given to you and you need to find out the constant from the probability row, so what we need to do, just need to remember one thing, that the total probability is equal to 1, right? So what we will do, we will add all those probability, that k plus 3k square plus 2k square plus k square is equal to 1. Okay, so when you will add it, you will get 6k square plus k minus 1 is equal to 0. So we are getting the quadratic equation. So we need to factorize it. So I can write it is equal to 3k minus 1. 2k plus 1 is equal to 0. So when we will equate it with 0, we will get 1 by 3, or k is equal to 1 minus 1 by 2. Okay, so since we know that the probability always lies between 0 to 1, right? It can be 0 or 1. So that means, okay, I'm taking as 1 by 3, not k is equal to 1 by 2. Okay, so that means k is equal to 1 by 3 we have proved. Now the B part, what they are saying, we need to find out the probability x is less than 3a. X is less than 3a, that means they are talking about this. Okay, so what we can do, I can take probability x is equal to 0 plus probability x is equal to a plus probability x is equal to 2a. Okay, first of all, I need to write for this, it is 1 by 3 and it is 3 into 1 by 3 square, 3 into 1 by 9. Okay, and this is what, 2 into 1 by 9, and this is 1 by 9. Okay, so that means probability x is equal to 0, it's 1 by 3, plus probability x is equal to a, it's 3 by 9, and 2a, it's 2 by 9. So when we will take LCM, it is 9. Okay, it is 9, it is 3 plus 3 plus 2, which is equal to 8 by 9. Okay, or what you can do, the easiest one, what you can do, you can use the negation formula. If it is probability x is less than 3a, you can write 1 minus probability x is greater or equal to 3a. So greater or equal to 3a, we need to only take x is equal to 3a, right? Which is equal to k square, which is 1 by 9, which is equal to 8 by 9 directly, right? Now the C part, here we have the conditional probability. So the conditional probability is to probability x is greater or equal to a, given that x is less than 3a. So what is the formula for the conditional probability? It is given in your data booklet. It is probability x is greater or equal to a intersection x is equal to 3a. So now tell me, the intersection is the common part which is greater or equal to a and less than 3a, right? And divided by probability x is less than 3a, which we already calculated in the B part. So what I can write, so what is the intersection part of greater or equal to a and less than 3a? It's probability x is equal to a plus probability x is equal to 2a, right? And divided by probability x is less than 3a. So x is equal to a, we have a probability 3 by 9, and for 2a we have 2 by 9, and here I am getting 8 by 9. So it is 5 by 9 divided by 8 by 9. So I am getting what? It is equal to 5 by 8. So in this way we will solve the C part. A part done, B part done, C part done. In the D part, okay, in the D part we need to calculate, we need to find what? To find the value of A, right? But for that, for the unknown, we have one known value, that E of x is equal to 20. In the data booklet, it is given to you that E of x formula is summation x into p of x is equal to x is equal to 20, right? This is the formula for the E of x, and this formula is given in data booklet. Okay, it is given in data booklet, so you don't need to remember this formula. It is given already. So that means summation means add x into probability x is equal to x, means we just need to multiply these two. X into px is equal to x, that means 0, okay, 0 into k plus what we have a into 3 by 9. Okay, so it's a into 3 by 9 plus 2a into, so 2a ka probability is 2 by 9, so it's 2 by 9 plus, and the third one is 3a and 1 by 9 plus 3a into 1 by 9, which is equal to 20. Okay, now we need to solve this. So it is 3a by 9 plus 4a by 9 plus 3a by 9, it is equal to 20. So when you will add it, you will get 10a by 9 is equal to 20. So a will be it's 18. Okay, so a will be 18. So this is what, this is question number 1. It's very easy, and this is a question from SL. Even you will get this type of question in HL also. Okay, now I'm question number 2. I have taken from the 2025 paper. It's a HL question from section A. Okay, so here we need to apply two formulas, two rules we need to remember, and those two rules are given in your data booklet. First of all, that the probability of A union B is equal to probability of A plus probability of B minus probability of A intersection B. This is given in your data booklet. Another one, if A and B are independent, even if A and B are independent events, then probability of A intersection B is equal to probability of A into probability of B, right? And we know, okay, this thing is enough. Okay, so we have probability of A union B is equal to 5 by 8, right? And we have one more thing, that probability of A intersection B complement is equal to 7 by 24. What is that? What is that? Actually, it is nothing but the only A. Okay, I will show you this through the Venn diagram. So, if you will see from the Venn diagram, it is equal to, when you will draw this, so see, this is A, this is B, this is A, this is B, A, this is B, and okay, so when you will see the Venn diagram, this is A, right? See, this part is A. The yellow one is what? The A part. Now I will show you the green one. So this green one is what? The B complement. So B complement is what? This part, right? So this is B complement. So that means, what is your intersection? Means common part. Intersection, what? The common part. So common part is what? Both common part is yellow plus green, right? So this is nothing but, this is A intersection B complement, which is nothing but A minus A intersection B, right? So how we can calculate? So can I write this as the probability of B? Probability of B is what? So probability of B is this red one. Probability of B is this red one. Okay, so how we can calculate it? Can I calculate this as probability B? We can calculate probability of A union B minus probability of A intersection B complement, which is equal to 5 by 8 minus 7 by 24. When you will subtract it, you will get 8 by 24, which is equal to 1 by 3. See, it's very simple to calculate this, the probability of B. See, this whole is A, this whole part is A union B, right? And this yellow and green common part is what? A intersection B complement. So from this, if we are subtracting this common part, that is only A, so we are remaining with this whole circle, that is B. Okay, so whenever you will not get how to solve this kind of question, just draw the Venn diagram, you will get the answer. Okay, now I move towards the part B. So in part B, what they are trying to say, they are saying that given that A and B are independent event. Okay, A and B are independent events. Okay, independent events. So I can write that the probability of A intersection B is equal to probability of A into probability of B, right? So can I write probability of, let probability of A is equal to X. So we know that the probability of A intersection B is nothing but 1 by 3, which is the probability of B. Probability of A is what? X. So probability of A intersection, we have X by 3. Okay, now we have one more thing, that probability of A union B is 5 by 8. Okay, what we need to calculate, actually we need to calculate probability of A complement given B. So for that we need probability of A complement intersection B divided by probability of B. And we know that A and B are independent events, so we can write probability of A complement into probability of B divided by probability of B. So this will get cancelled out, so it is equal to probability of A complement, because A and B are independent events. So that means A complement and B are also independent event. Okay, so our target is to find out probability of A complement, which is equal to 1 minus probability of A. So somehow we need to find out the probability of A. We have one more thing, that probability of A union B is equal to probability of A plus probability of B minus probability of A intersection B. So probability of A union B, we have 5 by 8, and probability of B we have 1 by 3, right? So A union B we have 5 by 8. Probability of A, we let it as X. Probability of B is 1 by 3, and this is X by 3, right? So we have X minus X by 3 is equal to 5 by 8 minus 1 by 3, which is equal to 2x by 3 is equal to, when we will solve this, we will get 7 by 24x. Okay, so when we are going to solve this, we will get x as 7 by 16. So now we will use it here. So we will get it as 1 minus, wait a minute. So we will get it as 1 minus 7 by 16, which is equal to 9 by 16. Okay, so that means the probability A complement given B is nothing but the 9 by 16. Okay, see, in this way we will solve this question number 2. See, it's very easy to solve, right? Question number 3 I have taken from 2024 HL section A. This is very good question. Please see it carefully. In this, it is given to you, a farmer grows 2 types of apple. One is of cooking kind of apple and one is of eating apple. Okay. The weight of the apple in grams can be modeled as normal distribution. Okay. So there are 2 apple type, eating and cooking. For the eating one, mu is 100 gram and the standard deviation is 20. Okay, so this eating one, we have normal distribution, mu as 100 and 20 square as a variance, and for the cooking apple we have mean as 140 and 40 square as a variance. Now for each type of apple you can measure that 95% of the way are within 2 standard deviation of the mean. What does it mean? This is within 2 standard deviation of the mean. That means they are talking about for the both of the apples. So see, we know that this is the graph of normal distribution. If I'm talking about the eating apple, so eating apple having the mu as 100. Okay, so this is 2 standard, means they are talking about mu plus minus 2 sigma. Okay, somehow we need to calculate this value. So if we need to calculate this value, so it will be 100 plus minus 2 into 20. So here I will get this as what? 100 minus 40, that is 60, and here I will reach at 140. Right, so they are saying that between this 95%, that means here its probability 0.95. Okay, now in the A part, what they are trying to say, in the A part they are trying to say that find the percentage of eating apple. Okay, they are talking about the eating apple, and I have drawn the diagram for the eating apple. So eating apple that have weight greater than 140, that means in this case we need to calculate this value greater than 140. That means the eating apple weighs greater than 140. So we know that if total is 100% and 95%, then remaining part is what? Remaining is what? Remaining is 5%, right? So here the remaining one is what? The remaining one is 5%. So now it, since normal distribution is symmetrical about the mean, I told you in the very first class, so it will divide it into 2.5% and 2.5%. That means this part is what? That means this part is 2.5% and this part is also 2.5%, right? So the answer for this is 2.5%, right? Or I can write the probability is 0.025, right? So this first part is a 1 mark question, and it is very easy to understand with the help of this diagram. Okay, you only need to understand within 2 standard deviation of the mean, they are talking about mu plus minus 2 sigma. If it is written that within 1 standard deviation of the mean, that means mu plus minus sigma. Okay, now we will move towards the B part. The farmer grows, okay, the farmer grows a large number of apple, of which 80% are eating apple. Okay, so probability of eating apple is what? It is 80%. That means it is 0.8. That means it is very obvious that for the probability for the cooking apple is nothing but the 0.2, right? Now what they are saying that both types of apples are picked randomly, mixed together in a cleaning machine. Okay, after cleaning the machine separate out those that have a weight greater than 140 into a container. So that means probability, okay, so that means after cleaning, we have one container and we put those apple whose weight is what? Whose weight will be greater than 140. right? ये container में we have put those apple whose weight will be greater than 140. Okay, clear? An apple is randomly selected. That means now the conditional probability came. Why? So we need to choose an apple from the container, not from the whole. From the container. Okay. So from this. So now the total outcome is the container one, not the total, not the whole one. Okay. So find the probability that it is an eating apple. So that means we need to find out the probability that it is eaten apple, given that it is chosen from the container, and container having the apple whose weight is what? Greater than 140. So in this case we need to understand one thing with the help of tree diagram, that there are 2 types of apple. One is of eating apple and one is of the cooking apple. So for the eating apple the probability is 0.8 and for the cooking apple the probability is 0.2. And in the eating apple again we have 2, that the weight is what? That the weight is greater than, see, we have 2 categories, greater than 140, okay, and weight is what? Weight is less or equal to 140. Again, in the cooking apple, we have two choices, that the weight is greater than 140, and another one is that the weight is smaller or equal to 140. So if you will notice that in the A part, we have already calculated that the probability of eating apple that have weight greater than 140, it is nothing but the 0.025. So that means in the eating apple, we have probability for the greater than, it is 0.025, right? So now in this case, we need to calculate for the this cooking apple. So for that, just read it, that for the cooking apple, mean is 140, right? For the cooking apple, the mean is 140. So for that, we need to take this diagram, because we know one thing, that for the cooking apple, the mean is what? The mean is 140 already. And we know that in the normal distribution, this probability is symmetric about the mean, right? So that means here we have a 50% probability, and here also we have 50% probability. So for greater than 140, it is 0.5. Okay, now according to this question in the B part, what we need to find out? We need to find out the probability of eating apple given that it is chosen from container, and container may we have the apple whose weight is greater than 140, right? So what we need to do, it is equal to the probability of that the chosen apple chosen from container, okay, and it is eating apple, right? And it is what? Eating apple. So that means it is that the weight is greater than 140 and the eating apple. Now divided by the probability that it is chosen from container. Okay, so in container, we know that the all apples are weight whose weight is greater than 140. So can I say that for the denominator, we need to apply the total probability, because greater than 140? So we have two cases. Okay, for greater than 140, we have two cases. It can be from the, it either can be from the eating apple or from the cooking apple, right? So for that, first of all, in the numerator, it is very easy, chosen from container. That means the apple weight is greater than 140 and it is eating apple. That means greater than 140 and the eating apple, right? So it is nothing but the 0.8 into 0.025 whole divided by it is whole divided by the chosen from container weight greater than 140. So two case again, case 1 and this is what? The case 2. Okay, so for that we have 0.8 into 0.025, this is for the eating apple, plus 0.5 into 0.2, this is for the cooking apple. And when you will solve, you will get 200 divided by 1200, which is equal to 1 by 6. Okay, so I hope you understand this question. This is very good question to understand all the concepts together. Question number 4 I have taken from 2023 paper HL section A. So in this, the first part is very easy. So this is what? The continuous random variable. So I have discussed that in continuous random variable, we use integration, because we have infinite number of terms between a to 3a, right? So this is continuous variable. So E of x is, because the symmetry around what? Symmetry around 2a. Okay, so that means it is very obvious that E of x is what? The 2a. Okay, because we have a and 3a, if we need to find out the middle one, so that will be 2a, right? So this is a part, which is okay. Now in the B part, we need to find out the variance of x. Okay, so the formula for the variance of x is E of x square minus E of x whole square. E of x whole square. Okay, so this formula is given in your data booklet. It is given in the data booklet, so you don't need to remember it. Okay, so here we need to just apply a to 3a, because the lower bound is given to you a and the upper one is 3a, and the function is given to you, it's 1 by 2a, right? Minus whatever we are getting, we have 2a whole square, right? So when we will integrate it, we will get x cube by 3, and now we will put the limit 3a to a minus 4a square, right? So it is equal to 1 by 6a, and here we have 3 cube is 27, 27a cube minus a cube minus 4a square, right? So it will be 26a cube minus 6a minus 4a square. So when we need to cancel out, so it will be 13a square by 3 minus 4a square. So when we will solve, so we will get 13a square minus 12a square by 3. So that means the variance of x we are getting as a square by 3. So I have covered all the questions of stats and probability from paper 1 from 2023 to 2023. I hope you understand all the concepts from these questions. Thank you so much for watching my video. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel and stay tuned. If you have any queries, any doubts, you can comment on this channel, as well as you can mail me on this email ID. Thank you.